Hi, hello. It's me, your boy. It's Will. Hi, how you doing? Today I thought I'd talk about how validation affects my motivation. So when I think about validation, I think about people kind of responding positively to what you've done. That's how I define it, right? Or even just interacting with what you've done in any way. It can be validating for people to be negative. It can be validating for people to be hurtful. But I feel validation affects my motivation historically significantly because I guess something I really felt for a long time was that I nothing deserved to be done if I didn't receive validation for it. And some of you might agree with that even now. But I guess for me, I felt the more validation has been in like a focus in everything I've done, the less I've wanted to do it because I think for me, perfectionism crept in, wanting it to be perfect crept in, um, and that paralyzed me from making mistakes, exploring, trying things out. So, a direction I've been really trying to move into as of late is making things and trying to lead with authenticity, try to lead with exploration, try to go, hey, this is who I am. This is like an exploration of myself, and it's valuable to do that by itself, right? And I guess some things I acknowledge when I talk about this is like, um, it's probably easy for me to say when I maybe get validated in other ways, maybe where I feel valued in other ways, in my work, with my partner. But I guess like creatively, I've always felt like I needed like this super high barrier of validation. Um, which really sucked because I feel like that stopped me from exploring myself, um, pushing into different corners of myself, and I feel I'm trying to do that more recently. Like right here, I have a big old journal of a bunch of thoughts of mine, many pages, many pages. Um, I'm doing two a day. There's a bunch in here. Um, and I'm finding it like actually really helpful to just focus on the authenticity angle of like, hey, this is who I am, this is what I'm exploring, this is kind of how I feel in the moment, and like digging through kind of barriers to express that because I felt I have a ton of barriers, and I think I do still have quite a few barriers to being like really authentic. So I'm trying to look at that, understand that a bit more. I think historically, I would really try and like control how I feel somebody would take me. So I was concerned people would reject me again and I wouldn't get the validation. So I've been motivated away from being more authentic because I was concerned about people hating me, pushing me away. And I think in an interesting way, kind of the COVID lockdown helped me understand that like that was actually less important, and like for me, it's a lot more valuable to just figure out how to be okay with like me, where I am, what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, and feel more comfortable in the quiet. And I feel the more I've leaned into the quiet and the discomfort that comes with that, the more growth I feel I've seen in myself. So, how does validation affect my motivation? Um, the less I need validation, the more I, the more I feel like I can't make things and things have to be great. And I guess actually like absorbing more stuff creatively, absorbing different types of music, listening to all kinds of people is kind of validating a bit more of like the smaller errors or maybe even bigger errors that I make. And I guess embracing that as a human and feeling like, hey, um, the growth is in the bad. And like I feel hurt when I fail. Um, I feel worthless, maybe. I feel a lot of negative emotions historically because I guess still some of the historic stuff in my head's kind of like, hey, you need to be kind of validated to be valuable. But like fighting against that is is helping me learn a lot about myself. So that's how it feels valuable to me to push against that. Now I'm trying to focus on state facilitation, and I guess to define that a bit for myself, it's more like doing things that help me feel a certain way or interact with the world in a certain way. So for me, it's a lot of the journaling again, emptying the head out. Going to the gym really helps with that, and feeling how I'm feeling. I think that also really helps. So yeah, I think that's pretty much my answer. Validation affects my motivation in that way that I outlined. If you got any thoughts, comments, questions, throw them in the chat. I'd love to hear what you think. For me, I'm going to keep reflecting. I'm going to keep exploring and share some more reflections with you as I facilitate the state to do so. Right. Take care. See you soon.